Fierce challenge from young Raheem, but I don't think it was a foul challenge. He played the ball, he just accelerated into the challenge. I'm disappointed with Antonio's reaction to it. I think had he not jumped up and grabbed him by the throat, there would have been no problem. But of course, when that happens, then the next thing is the referee has to deal with the situation. As is so often in these cases, both players get sent off. But only a few minutes earlier, Jack Wilshere found himself on the end of a very similar challenge from an Ecuadorian player, but he showed enormous sang-froid not to react. So I was pleased that Jack showed that maturity, and I was actually quite pleased that he, despite the situation, didn't react to all the people milling around him.
Do you know if it has consequences?
We think, but of course we have to check it out with FIFA, but our information so far is that he will miss the next friendly match.
Charlie White.
Roy, what's your thoughts on the performances of Ross Barkley and Wayne Rooney?
I thought Wayne Rooney played very, very well. I think Ross Barkley had some good moments. I think that he needs to learn, when he can turn with the ball and when he's got to keep the ball. But I think that's quite normal for a player of his age. I think he'll be quite happy to have played so long in what is his first start for England. And I think that people like John Flanagan and John Stones, who will actually leave us at the end of the week quite possibly, they'll also be very pleased that they could play for half an hour in quite difficult circumstances and come to it with flying colours.
Did you make a particular note on the line?
Yeah, he did okay. He did fine. I mean, we know James never lets us down. James always brings his straw to the water. We have other options at right back, but it's nice to know that James can do that job. And if he was to do it, the chances are it would be during the course of a game rather than necessarily the start of the game. Because of course Phil Jones, who played extremely well, is another alternative for us at right back.
Sorry, just 1 second. This gentleman's next.
Thank you. Mr. Hudson, para Ecuador, I'm Patricio Díaz con Radio La Red. ¿Qué dificultades le presentó la selección ecuatoriana de fútbol y después de este partido, cuánto le ayudó a mejorar y qué conclusiones saca usted después justamente de este partido frente a Ecuador?
What were some of the difficulties that Ecuador gave or produced for England, and what's your ultimate sort of conclusion? What do you take from this match?
I thought the game was a very good game, it was a friendly game. Disappointed with the sendings off, of course, and disappointed with a potential injury to one of our players. But as a friendly match, as a warm-up match, it answered all of the things we were looking for. Ecuador were, as we thought they would be, very quick on the counter-attack. They have very pacey players. Their wingers are good at running with the ball, but I thought we dealt with it very well for long periods, and I think that we certainly caused the Ecuadorian defence many problems, because we could have been several goals up before they scored their goal, even after 8 minutes.
Mr. Hudson.
Just very quickly, in the end, el partido era bueno, obviamente especialmente para un amistoso. Estoy decepcionado con las 2 rojas y también una lesión, pero en un partido de preparación era bueno. Ecuador era como nosotros esperamos, era muy rápido en el contragolpe, con extremos que mueven bien con el balón. Yo creo que adaptamos bien a sus habilidades y últimamente causamos muchos problemas para su defensa y pudimos haber hecho unos goles en los primeros minutos.
One more question. I'm sorry, Charlie, just 1 second.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. You put a lot of emphasis on the climatic conditions of the pitch today, because you're gonna play your first World Cup match in Manaus. How do you feel your team responded under these circumstances?
Yeah, well, we certainly learned a lot. It's even though it wasn't sunny, it was certainly humid out there, and the pitch, which is in excellent condition, it's quite sticky. So in actual fact, the ball doesn't travel very fast on that pitch, which means sometimes you have to work very hard to get the ball back when you lose it. All things that we're happy to have practiced, and it will be interesting now with maybe a different set of players on Saturday against Honduras to see how they cope with it. And if they cope with it as well as the players today, then I think we'll go to Brazil and Manaus feeling that we've had an ideal preparation here in Miami.
Okay, we're going to just take a couple more. My friend, it's a much shorter press conference than yesterday. Charlie White and this gentleman.